singles action right here at Bar Wrestling as we continue on with this evening's
white hot crowd, ice cold beer. This is bar wrestling right now. Not just any bar wrestling. They're all legendary. But for the very first time, bar wrestling versus Game Changer Wrestling.
It's extremely exciting here. Chris Bay has become one of the very, very tippy-top performers here, not only in bar wrestling, but all over. But here in bar wrestling, he is just, I mean, he's practically his own institution at this point.
And that's the thing, the ultimate finesser, he's one of the many who've stepped up to an entire other level to so-called fill that gap. The wrestling ecosystem is thriving here at Bar Wrestling. There's amazing new talent like Chris Bay ready to step up and deliver worldwide.
Yeah, keep your eyes on him while you can, ladies and gentlemen, because he could be anywhere tomorrow. He could be anywhere in the world.
Absolutely.
You could see him in Japan. You could see him on your television set. You never know.
The ultimate finesser, Chris Bay, been making a lot of noise out of Las Vegas. He's been pegged as a future star of wrestling from day one. But then, look at his opponent.
I know for a fact people who've come to bar wrestling with no prior wrestling knowledge whatsoever see Chris Bay and immediately fall in love with him.
Some say that Chris Bay has that big dick energy. That's what I've seen people talking about online.
Well, everyone I'm talking about does happen to be female, so that could be, and married for what it's worth.
Epic. And then all heart Blake Christian coming out of Mississippi. And he made a big impact on the world, debuting a Game Changer in Nashville, Tennessee, just in mid to late 2019.
Okay, this is my first opportunity to see Blake Christian. Southern boy.
Oh yeah, quite gifted. Someone who's caught the attention of Will Ospreay and others who've retweeted his gifs and whatnot. And now he's in the mix.
He's like a combination of Will Ospreay and Lash LaRue.
Yeah, and that's a very unique. That's only one that can do that.
That's only one person I can think of.
And there's been kind of a war of words publicly between our friend Blake Christian and one Will Ospreay regarding Joey Janela's spring break. So we're going to see if that match can be made or who will be Will Ospreay's opponent.
There's always something going on in GCW. the pot being stirred.
Look at this. And that's the straw that stirs the drink. Blake Christian setting up the next move.
And that's why he's all heart, guys. Blake changing the game all over the world, right here in bar wrestling.
Just an absolute gifted high flyer, can do things with his body that don't seem possible. And it's amazing that guys like him have just been grinding on the underground in their region, and suddenly they get to a platform, they get to Game Changer, they get to bar. They're suddenly on a network and they're seen. It's
funny you mention that because, I haven't seen Blake Christian before. He gets interested in bar wrestling since his first time. But everybody here knows him. Everybody here, they know they're chanting his name like he's a regular.
That's the beauty of wrestling in the digital age and great people like the High Spots Network that bring it to the world. The ultimate finesser, the man formerly known as Dashing, he just called it right there. Big dick energy elbow drop, and he's quite pleased with himself. I didn't know the big dick energy thing was that over.
It's pretty over. He took his time. Chris Bay really, he definitely put the exclamation point on that one.
I knew about it kind of conversationally, but I'm glad to see the fans of bar wrestling have picked it up and run with it. And they're in the corner of Chris Bay right now. First time matchup between these two breakout stars.
This is what bar wrestling is all about. The next generation of hungry young lions duking it out.
Putting it all on the line.
Right here at a alcohol serving establishment in Southern California.
Inseguri right to the back of the head. That man bun doing little to protect Blake Christian.
No, the man bun cannot defend against the dreadlock ponytails.
No. Only two. It's amazing. An offensive flurry like that from Bay could put away a lot of people, but it's not enough to put away someone who's all heart.
Yeah, I mean, You know, Chris Bay is willing to sacrifice a lot to entertain this crowd.
Without a doubt.
Because he was in complete control until he put that sombrero on. He was in control, but he couldn't help being a Sammy Davis Jr. He had to give the crowd what they wanted.
And it just goes to show you how influential the audience is when they're behind you, when they're going wild. It pushes you to do things you might not normally do. One hell of an abdominal stretch there. Blake Christian, could someone tap to the abdominal stretch in 2020? We're about to find out.
It would be the first time in history.
I think it's the first time since Rick Martel won the AWA belt with it, possibly, that someone has submitted. There you go. Turnabout is fair play. Wow.
Are you telling me this match is going to go 60 minutes?
It might. I know there's no countouts in bar wrestling, but I don't know what the time limits are.
That is a good question.
Blake Christian now firing up.
It's never come up.
Christian finds a way out of that back body drop attempt.
Power slam right in the middle of the ring.
Well done. Beautiful lion salt.
Chris Bay kicking, what a beautiful power slam. He placed him right in the center of the ring, hooked the leg, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, textbook execution. Used every ounce of the momentum of Chris Bay and just torqued him right over and planted him hard in that center.
Now we're going to see if Chris Bay's got the heart that Blake Christian's got. We'll see if he's got the stamina.
Two very evenly matched competitors there. Nice backslide.
That could have been it right there. That could have easily been it.
What? Wait a second. Sit out power bomb. Only two.
I don't know how Blake Christian kicked out of that.
Look at Bay just staying right on him.
That's just going to be his third big ultimate finesse here.
Yeah, without a doubt. We might see a submission right here.
Ultimate finesser. He's the ultimate finisher.
He's got a myriad of submission holds. A lot of people associate Bay with the high flying, but he's really fundamentally skilled across all facets.
Well, he's got Blake right in the middle of the ring, so it's going to be really hard for him to get a hold of a rope to break this.
Christian giving it all he can to try to get to those ropes, to get over by Hot Tub Guy if he can. No, oh.
No.
Ultimate.
No. Seeing Hot Tub Guy in front of you is very enticing, but it was not enough to get Blake to grab the rope.
Now it's fading. It's like a mirage. No. He made it. No. Oh, he got there.
He made it to the Oasis.
Hot Tub Guy's sister there to document all the action as a supplement to the camera crew from High Spots.
It's always a party here at Bar Wrestling, unless you're in the ring. You know,
right.
then it's a fight, then it's a battle. And someone like Chris Bay takes that very, very seriously here as Blake Christian has really taken him to the limit. I'm surprised.
Yeah, both competitors here super beat up, bruised, contused, battered. And they're taking a moment here to catch their breath, but it looks like Christian definitely got the worst of it so far.
You got to think a win for Blake Christian right here in Chris Bay's own backyard. What a statement that would make.
Oh, without a doubt. Chris Bay looking right into the camera for everyone at home to let him know. But see what happens if you give Blake Christian a moment, he'll find that opening. Look at that. Had that Pele kick scouted.
I got to tell you, this is they've got each other scouted so well. They know each other's moves. They're so evenly matched as far as athleticism. It's almost like watching it's almost like watching a Will Ospreay and Ricochet.
Absolutely. Some people say, oh, Jesus. Some people say this is the next generation of those guys right here in the ring right now. And I'm one of them.
You can't really argue with that. Can't really argue with that. Drops him right on his head. Hooks the leg. Ooh. Come on. Unreal. Somehow. Chris Bay.
Yeah, until now, I would have never argued the effectiveness of kind of corkscrew driving someone directly onto their skull. But in this case, it was not 100% effective.
Blake Christian. Hard to believe. It's hard to believe Blake Christian's going to do something. He's got to take this further. He's got to do something more extreme.
And he's been peppering moves from Will Ospreay's arsenal into his catalog.
He's looking up like he's got to watch the ceiling. He's got to be careful because we got to drop ceiling here at the American Legion Hall.
Oh, wait a second. Chris Bay up to his feet. Blake Christian tried to shrug off the kick, but still it was enough to knock him off that top rope.
It's a great example of when your risks don't pay off here. It can happen, and the results can be detrimental.
Absolutely, and all the wrestling training in the world can't really protect your genitals from trauma.
Nothing.
It's like the Achilles heel of the human body, of the between the legs area.
It's a vulnerable area that is targeted frequently here at bar wrestling.
Absolutely. And now Chris Bay and Blake Christian just battling in a very dangerous part of town.
Yeah, I don't know that Chris Bay wants to be up there either. He doesn't want to join Blake Christian in that very, very precarious spot.
Yeah, it's only one slip away.
Oh, come on, wait. What the?
No, he's going to try to suplex him into the crowd. Look out.
No.
No, Jesus, fuck.
No, because they're going to part like the Red Sea, and they're just going to hit the concrete.
This is bad. Oh, no. He's going to try to give him a Canadian Destroyer powerbomb.
A flip powerbomb? A flip pile driver? No.
Oh, don't do
not
it.
Not on the floor. Come on.
Cooler head's got to prevail here. These guys are still got a lot of years ahead of them.
Hopefully.
Oh.
Now that's the second time there for Blake Christian. 2 times not such a charm.
That's got to sting. Bay follows it up with a headbutt.
Not a lot of finesse in that.
Uh-oh. Chris Bay. Oh. Double stomp to the chest and that top rope strand just providing extra amplification. How about that, Loudon? That'll put your lights right out. Bay has him up. Bay driving him to the mat. This is it.
Right in the center of the ring.
1,
Bay hooks the leg.
2, 3.
And that's 3.
Hell of a victory for dashing Chris Bay.